preacher's all like, you know what you have to do. And then he goes in there and gets all like, you gotta cleanse yourself by touching this snake. But, like, it's a rattlesnake. We're the boys, and this is a podcast.
This is your host with the boys. Savior Gaming.
Just want to say, Parker, I don't think that we would be starting this podcast if you had not offered to buy a microphone.
I know. We'd be recording on the old Bob Marley headphone audio jack.
I just want to mention how quickly everything came together for this, because it was like the beginning of this week, which was only about 3 days ago. And it was just like, hey, we should do a podcast. And then last night it was, let's start tomorrow.
Thank God for Amazon Prime.
Yeah. I mean, as the boys formerly known as the Spicy Boys, that's generally how every video was ever created.
Yeah, we were just like, this sounds like it might be a good idea.
Let's film it right now.
Yeah, right now.
If we waited too long, we would have never done anything that we had. We would have realized this is a terrible idea.
Yeah, as we came to know later with some of the other unreleased videos.
This is true.
It didn't take long for the kids at the church I'm currently working with, the youth group, to find the Spicy Boys. They're these Gen Xers are just they're crazy, man. They're just like they're just nuts. They just found my name, and then they found the Spicy Boys. And I just realized he's the wrong generation, and that mean like that 50-year-olds
found. It's Gen Z, right?
Yes, I was close. I was in it within 30 years.
We were kind of talking before about some of that stuff. You guys kind of saw my notes a little bit. And I wanted to talk about the new season of Black Mirror, but it turns out that no one else has watched it.
Sorry.
Nope.
So I didn't even know there was a new season until I started seeing memes about it. And I'm sorry to say that, you know, the meme of me and the boys has all the Marvel villains. The first time I ever saw that meme, it was regarding Black Mirror, and I wholly believed that the new season of Black Mirror had an episode about those villains. And it was just like a straight up reference of the episode that they were like all these villains from the Marvel Universe sitting together doing something stupid. So, to my dismay, when I found out that it was not part of Black Mirror, I actually went through the episodes to look at the thumbnails, and I was like, not a one of these is animated Marvel villains.
Not one of these has a Spider-Man cartoon from the 1960s reference.
It might have made it better, honestly.
No, I have not seen the new season, and part of that is because I think a lot of my Netflix time since I've gotten married has been when Emily works, and I just don't think I have the courage to do the new season of Black Mirror by myself at night right now. Black Mirror has always, I love horror movies and thrillers, but Black Mirror's always had a kind of unique way of freaking me out.
It gets you.
So I'm missing the ability to just like pile a bunch of people into a room and watch something, because now I'm like, oh, it's time to watch something. I'm like, oh wait, I'm alone right now. I can't do this.
But see, that's like the big thing with this new season. The controversy is it's not scary anymore.
Really?
There's like, it's like more silly than anything. People are like really mad about it.
In what way? Like,
they kind of like have this weird brand of humor that they're trying to add into it, where it's just like it doesn't really work, and it just makes it feel a little bit uncomfortable all the time.
I mean, humor was not Black Mirror's thing. It was always taking sort of a concept of society and twisting it and pushing it to the extreme to kind of show a twisted nature of humanity. So it was scary because it reveals something about human nature in like a very extreme way, and it's terrifying. And that was the thing I liked about it. So it's kind of interesting that it added some kind of weird humor. I don't know.
Yeah, I'd say like The first and the third episodes especially were kind of just like, what are you doing with this? But the second episode I think was the one that was closest to the Black Mirror that we're used to seeing, with kind of like that questioning of technology and society, and have we gone too far with things? But
Yeah.
don't
Let's
know.
see. It was myself and Parker and Ben, right, who all watched the Netflix walkthrough Black Mirror movie together. Was that it was
Yes.
us three?
Yeah, on New
David.
Year's.
Oh yeah, that was New Year's. So David wasn't there for that
Yeah, I
one.
didn't see
Did
that.
you do that? The movie thing?
Bandersnatch.
Anders.
Oh,
That's
yeah,
what it was
yeah,
called.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah, that was kind of weird. It was a cool take on it. Allowed you to participate a little bit, so it fit in with the Black Mirror vibe of like society is doing this, like we as humans are doing this, and like you were in control. It's
Yeah.
kind of twisted.
Yeah, they had some of those like breakthrough, like silly moments though too, with like when you got to the part where he like fought the therapist or
Yeah.
Yeah.
that, like became self-aware when he said Netflix was doing this, and he's like, "What's that?" So I think like people are recognizing that as sort of like a turn in the series when it's kind of, this is turning into something weird and we're not sure how we feel about it.
I've heard that Netflix is trying to pursue more of that integrated content where you can like pick the choices of the characters. That supposedly even Bear Grylls is doing a new series with
Oh,
Netflix
yikes.
where you can
Yeah.
pick what he does and see if he survives.
Yeah, I saw that. I think it's out now.
Really?
That just
Yeah, I
killed
saw that.
Bear
I tried
That
to.
shit sounds dangerous.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
'Cause
saw that. I tried to watch it, but I couldn't do it on my TV.
Okay.
Now,
Because in the
right over
trailer I
this
saw.
path, we got berries that I can eat for the next week. But on the second path, there's a crocodile. Which path should I take? Let's see what the crocodile does.
Honestly, that's
Crocodile
kind of
every time.
what's going on, because in the trailer I saw he was like, I can either climb this mountain and try to get to higher ground, or I can like camp out here for the night.
And
What do
drink
I
my
do?
own-
Yeah, seriously.
Like next level Dora the Explorer stuff.
Pretty much.
Oh, no.
Yeah, that's a very good point. What do you guys think? I mean, do you guys think that that type of content is going to become more mainstream, or do you think it's going to be kind of one-time gimmicky like Bandersnatch with Black Mirror?
I don't know. Go ahead, David.
I was gonna say that it's kind of like moves movies into more of like a video game kind of thing. Because there's a video game that was real big, The Walking Dead, I think it was.
Telltale. Yeah, Telltale Walking Dead.
Yeah, it was basically that same idea of you just watching the story unfold, and all you're doing is picking one way or the other, basically what you're doing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
So, I
Telltale
don't-
had a whole series of different, like they did Walking Dead, I know they did a Batman, I know they did a Guardians of the Galaxy, and it was pretty popular for a while, but that studio ended up going bankrupt, I believe.
Did they? I didn't know that. Yeah, it was very popular for a while. People were really into watching it, into playing it. I played a couple of the Walking Dead ones, and I will admit without shame that it was the one game that made me cry because of the story. Like, because you just get like so invested in the characters because you're like picking all of the decisions and you're like in control of everything, and then you're like, I caused this, and the story was very deep and it was very sad. No spoilers, but
No
it's just
spoilers.
super sad. Yeah.
I've never played it, but I watched PewDiePie do a walkthrough of it.
He cried too, didn't he? Yeah,
Yeah.
he cried at the end. Yeah, everyone cried at the end of that. It was
Man.
sad. But I
I
think
would
that goes to
say-
show. Go ahead.
I just don't know how it would do as like television series
Yeah.
doing constantly
Yeah.
that, because it's got to have one canonical story, and if everyone's choosing different paths, then it's going to be hard to keep the subsequent episodes like translating back to what your choices were in the past.
Right.
And
Yeah,
I just
you'd
don't
have
see
to
that working.
make,
I could
like-
see it as like a one a season kind of thing, but I couldn't see the entire season being all choose your adventure style.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, for a whole season, you'd have to have like 30 episodes probably at least for like a
Oh,
6
yeah.
episode season.
Yeah, it would take a huge crew to get all of that together and making sure every path works and like doesn't fall apart and that somehow it
Yeah.
remembers and moves on. It would be interesting, but I think that eventually it would fall short and people would kind of lose interest just because people kind of want to get home and just watch something and not necessarily like, I don't know, we're lazy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know that Netflix is really trying to pursue it more because I've heard that they're doing that Bear Grylls show, and then they're also going to do a final TV movie for Unbreakable Kimmy Schmidt that's going to be interactive. So they're trying to get into interactive
That's
comedy
amazing.
and as well as like the thriller thing and whatever you'd call Bear Grylls content, survival, action. I don't know,
I
but
could see
Stupid.
those way before comedy. Like thriller and even like the Bear Grylls thing makes way more sense than comedy because I feel like it just wouldn't be funny.
Yeah, pick which punchline you want.
Right.
Yeah.
uh,
Running jokes would be difficult with the choose your adventure thing.
Yeah.
But-
yeah, I don't, and that's I think that the choices so far have been that it's got to be a contained story, like it's got to be a movie, or I don't know if they're doing series yet. I feel like that'd be really difficult because with the Bear Grylls thing, like you can do a series because it's like, oh, now I'm surviving in Alaska, or now I'm
Right.
surviving it. He just
Right.
changes environment, but it's not an ongoing story.
Right. That makes sense. They're disconnected, not like continuing, which fixes the problem that we were raising of like, how do you make all of these episodes that can remember what you did? It's like it doesn't
Yeah.
have to.
Right. And
Well,
that's
in a
why
way,
I
that's
think-
kind of it's kind of like those singing shows, you know, where the audience votes and decides where the show's going to go from there.
Mm.
Yeah.
That's
in a
true.
way.
There's some interaction. Yeah, that's true. I think it's gonna be a cool thing that pops up every once in a while, but I don't think it's gonna be something that actually like takes over. I kind of agree with Cameron. Like when I watch something, I don't want to always have to be engaged, but on occasion, I think those things are cool.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I don't think it's gonna take over, but I think it's interesting that Netflix is experimenting in that world.
Cool. Well, moving the show along, I want to try this out. I have a trailer for a movie that I want you guys to see.
Okay.
And so we're gonna
Oh,
try.
boy.
We're gonna try and
The
see.
boys react.
It's called Them That Follow, and we're just gonna leave it there. Let me know if you guys can hear this.
I don't think so.
You can't hear it?
I'm not hearing
No.
anything.
No.
Dang it.
Snakes.
Should you just commentate it while it plays?
Um,
Yeah.
No.
David, can you just do all the audio?
Here's my snake sound. Okay, that's really sad.
So David, what are your thoughts here? Because you've seen the trailer, so like
Yeah,
tell us what's going on.
Well, honestly, I really want to see the movie because it looks pretty insane. Because she's
David died.
sorry. Snake bite. But she's like getting married or whatever, and then she does something bad, and then the preacher's all like, "You know what you have to do," and then he
Mhm.
goes in there and gets all like, "You gotta cleanse yourself by touching this snake," but like, it's a rattlesnake, so there's gonna be. It's a venomous snake. It's gonna be bad news for you. So
I'm imagining like she does this and the preacher comes up, she's like, "Hey, touch this." Just like shows her this snake fangs like explode, just touch it.
I kind of hope it's exactly how David explained it. Of it's going to be bad news for you. It's a rattlesnake.
no, you gotta prove your allegiance by letting this rattlesnake bite you and crawl all over you and everything, and it looks
Gotcha.
really creepy.
Yeah,
Huh.
I personally think that would be a cool movie though, because it's kind of covering something that can happen similar to what we were talking about with Black Mirror. I think there are actual fundamentalist churches out there that handle snakes, and like it's kind of bizarre, and like it's something that could happen. I don't know, so that sounds intriguing.
Let me read you the official synopsis.
Yeah.
Deep in Appalachia. Is that how you say that?
Appalachia.
Pastor Lemuel Childs presides over an isolated community of serpent handlers, an obscure sect of Pentecostals who willingly take up venomous snakes to prove themselves before God. As his devoted daughter Mara prepares for her wedding day under the watchful eye of Hope Slaughter, a dangerous secret is unearthed and she is forced to confront the deadly tradition of her father's church.
I'm slightly confused by the plot, however, because it says that after this secret is revealed, she has to handle the snakes. It's like she has to face the dangerous reality of their sect of Pentecostalism. It's like, well, she's the PK. Pretty sure she probably was already handling snakes when she was a wee young lass.
Yeah, this isn't her first time.
Ain't her first rodeo.
Yeah.
Yeah, she was setting up snakes and tearing them down after the service.
Yeah, she was carrying 3 snakes under each arm to try to impress the boys after service. Yeah.
Yeah, just like chairs and youth group.
It's exactly like that, except instead of chairs, it's venomous rattlesnakes. Nothing to prove you're worthy of being a mate more than bear grab.
More than bear grabbing some snakes.
You guys want to Bear Grylls some snakes?
Anyway,
That sounds good.
That's that.
I'd watch it.
I think it seems interesting.
Yeah, it comes out August 2nd, and it's definitely one of those movies where if we still live together, I would want to go see it with you guys.
Yeah,
but
for sure.
Hey, we're gonna be closer together than we ever have been since we've moved apart, so it might be possible to
This
do
is
a
true.
get together.
I
is
bet
true.
there is a movie theater in some small town that's equidistant from all of us, and this could be a very fun road trip.
okay,
Wife's gonna be like, "What are you doing?" "Oh, I'm just gonna go see this snake movie with the boys. I'll be back in about 4 hours."
I'm
going to the middle
like
of nowhere. All right, guys, let's take a quick break until we go on to the main course.
Is this where we do sponsorship reads?
This podcast is brought to you by Omaha Steaks. Dollar
You want to
Shave
get
Club
your dad for Father's Day?
for Father's
Omaha Steaks.
All right, let's take a quick break, boys. Man.
Garage
I
sale
thought-
day.
I bought a lot of this, like the black tape that's inside of cassette tapes. I'm thinking we get 2 sticks together, we can wind it up like a scroll, you know?
Yeah.
You have to bring your own tape, but we'll put the black tape in. Bring your own cassette. We'll slide
Yes,
the
Ray.
tape in there.
And we're back. Okay, 3, 2, 1. And we're back. Hey.
Hey.
Hey, everybody.
Gotta keep both those, man.
Professional podcasters here, everybody. Professional podcasters.
On
We got
cassette
the-
tapes at your local
Yeah.
vendors.
You can buy this podcast at your local Hot Topic in the cassette tape aisle.
Okay, we're here for the main course of the event, the podcast. Cameron, help me out.
We're here
Take
for
it
the
away.
Yeah,
Ancient
next.
Loch Ness monster from Antarctica breaks a record for body size.
Oh my gosh, we
All
got
right.
a mythology with Cameron section in here.
Editor, throw in
Yes.
a some kind of cool little arrows flipping, and then me. All right, so
Mythology.
that's it. All right, take it away, Ben. Your
That
notes.
tickle your ears?
Tell us about what's
No.
going on with the Loch Ness monster.
Okay, so all right, so this I stumbled upon this because one, as you all know, I'm a big fan of the Loch Ness monster. I'm a big fan of the supernatural and mythology and paranormal activity paranormas. So anyways, yeah, I enjoy that stuff. It's interesting stuff. I believe in the Loch Ness monster. Totally real. And so
Yeah.
someone posted a story on Instagram of this article, and so I looked it up to read it. It's from Live Science. If you want to find it, there's tons of. I think Fox News had an article on it, so obviously it's real.
Where'd you get that? Fox News?
The most reliable source.
And so
I was gonna say I didn't believe it until you said Fox News wrote about it.
exactly right. So check your facts. So basically, I won't read the whole article, but paleontologists discovered the remains of a dinosaur similar to the Loch Ness monster freezing in Antarctica. And so, but it was a big boy, as you got from the title, breaks the record for body size, bigger than I don't know.
Wait,
Like me on a
where was
Tuesday.
it found?
What's up?
Where was it found?
Antarctica.
It's a little funny.
I
that,
thought the whole thing was that it was in Loch Ness. So it's
No,
the
no,
Loch Ness
no.
monster.
No, it is not.
Yeah,
So
educate us on the Loch Ness monster.
So similar species. This baby was about 40 feet long, and weighed nearly 15 tons. So it is now the heaviest known. I don't know exactly what the article said, but it's the heaviest in size of fossil discovery for dinosaurs. David on a Tuesday. So basically, it is a.
Hey, do you guys ever just like step on a scale to get your feelings hurt?
Try being Nessie. So basically, this thing is one of those Pleosauruses, which is the four flipper long neck, similar to the Bronchiosaurus or whatever it's called, the coolest dinosaur alive. And so it's I don't know how to pronounce the name of it. It's a different species of the plesiosaur. It's a elasmosaurid. No one cares. But basically, it's a big boy. And so someone found it in the 80s, and then they couldn't dig it up because they didn't have the tools to do it. And then so they like recorded the location, and then they're like, "Hey, go dig this thing up. I found it." And basically, no one could go there because of like it was just not able to be dug up due to like snowstorms and ice layers changing, and all that different stuff because it's in freaking Antarctica. And so I think it said the first time they tried to start digging it up again was in like 2012, and then in 2015, and then 2019, somewhere around that time. So they finally dug it up, and it's a big one. And so I was intrigued because I'm like, I think the Loch Ness monster is real. Now they're saying this thing died long time ago, but full intact skeletal structure of a dinosaur like the Loch Ness monster, which leads me to say that's one step closer to saying Nessie's real. Am I right?
But to be fair, we can say any sea monster is like the Loch Ness monster.
Right. But it's a plesiosaur. So that's the same species as the Loch Ness monster.
But this one has a dinosaur name, so
Yeah.
But
Hey,
it's the
this
same-
dinosaur looks like our fake monster here. You can't prove it wrong.
Yeah. Well, people theorize that the Loch Ness monster is a plesiosaur. So it's if the Loch Ness monster were to be real and were to be what they believe it to be, then one step closer. So it follows the myth. That's
So
all.
we know what we're looking for.
We know what we're looking for. We got the bones of it. But yeah, so keep an eye out. Don't go in water that you can't see the bottom because there might be a plesiosaur that's 40 feet long and 15 tons gonna nibble on your toesies.
All right, Ben, why don't you tell us what you got there?
All right, so I totally found this article all me. I definitely did not show up to this with nothing in my hands and with David like, here, you can read this. But there's this great article I found. It says, man gave meth to attack squirrel to keep it aggressive.
In Florida?
I am I'm so surprised to say that this was not a Florida man. It was Alabama man.
What?
So
That's a bordering state. It counts.
They're all
Is
the
it-
same down there.
It's a very short article, so I'm just going to go ahead and read it. It says, an Alabama man accused of drug possession allegedly fed methamphetamine to a caged squirrel in order to keep it aggressive, police said. Limestone County Sheriff deputies seized the so-called attack squirrel on Monday when they served a search warrant at the home in Athens. In addition to the squirrel, officers retrieved meth, drug paraphernalia, ammunition, and body armor from the premises, according to the Limestone
squirrel?
County News Courier. See, that's where they don't define it. See, he has this attack squirrel, so I'm just imagining this guy is like suiting up for some sort of raid, and he's like, "But you don't know my secret weapon. It's the attack squirrel."
It's like those bodysuits police officers use when training their dogs, the canine unit guys, so that the dog can bite them and they don't get hurt. It's like a body armor for the squirrel to bite him.
It's just like his finger that it covers. It's a squirrel.
No, that squirrel is on meth. It can lift a car.
So Ben, as our resident biologist, how do you think a squirrel would react to a high intake of methamphetamine?
Well, you see, that's the lovely thing is there's a video. So
Oh
I don't have
my
to-
gosh!
There's just this squirrel. I'm gonna do my best to hold this up to my camera and hope that you can observe. But he's just going freaking nuts.
Just a video of Hammy from over the hedge.
Like a squirrel eats nuts.
Oh, I don't know if we're gonna be able to see this.
Ben's internet is too good.
David,
Oh my gosh.
Oh wow!
You know, it's not the best quality, but I can tell that this squirrel
we
is
can
going
see
bonkers.
shapes. Oh my gosh!
He's
That's-
got murder in his eyes.
That is an attack squirrel.
That is an attack. I mean, mission accomplished on that guy's part. Just feed some meth to any animal, and I think you got an attack that animal. So,
So with the title "Attack Squirrel," does that make it like a guard dog, but it's a squirrel? So it protects. So if a drug deal goes bad, like it's to fight off the other guys.
I mean, you got to think of the tactical advantage of having a squirrel.
It's quick.
instead
It's
of a dog.
wily. Yeah,
It's so much. It's smaller. It can get like sneak up on you.
you're not gonna shoot that with a handgun. You know,
Yeah.
you could shoot a
Especially
dog.
if it's moving so fast when it's on meth.
Yeah,
I think this
If
guy's
I-
smart.
at least
If I
double.
can
the-
hijack this a little bit, what if you guys could pick an animal that you would put on meth, of course, to be your attack
with
animal?
no repercussions.
Well, yeah, you know, no repercussions. This is all hypothetical. But if you could pick one animal to be your guard animal, barring that you have to put it on meth, what would it be? What's your animal of choice?
100% a ferret.
Ooh, that's a good answer.
Because ferrets are already like crackheads of the animal world, you know. And so just a little bit more boost will.
So just let them
make them,
fulfill
like-
their meaning.
Yeah, it would be like prime
Mhm.
attack animal.
all right, I
I
have the answer.
Oh yeah, go for
Actually,
it.
yeah, go ahead. Oh,
Oh, you want me to do it or you?
You go first, guy.
All right, yeah. So my answer is going to be, I'm from the Midwest. People live on farms here. I was thinking, we could do like a cow. We could do a horse. And then I was like, no. You know what farm animal sucks the most? A freaking turkey. Dude, they'll chase you. They'll peck you. They'll try to kill you.
So
Put a
Cameron
turkey
wants-
on meth,
Yeah. Oh
and
my
they're
God.
hideous. You don't want to touch that thing. A turkey on meth is my attack animal.
Okay.
Yeah.
Nice.
boy here is Slow Loris. He's eating some popcorn. Just imagine this.
I
But
cannot see
on
your screen.
meth.
It's just black.
No?
It's just black.
No. I tried so hard.
That was a good attempt.
Yeah, it was a
How
valiant
about
effort.
now? Can you see now?
Just black.
Oh, that's sad. Oh, I wonder
But-
if it's because I can't. I wonder if I can't do YouTube. I don't know. It doesn't matter.
But
Oh, well.
I know a slow Loris, so
Oh, wait.
I'm picturing it.
Wait,
There it is.
it's there.
Oh my
it's
gosh!
like the Zaboomafoo.
But just imagine that guy on meth. These things are so adorable, so gentle spirits, but they got poisonous elbows. They're gonna be coming in, suplexing some guys.
Throwing bows?
It'd be great. Throwing
No.
bows, man. Just throwing some bows.
How effective is a poisonous elbow? Like, how does this work? You know, if you just brush against someone on the bus, are they gonna get poisoned? Or
I've never actually looked it up, but I've always just assumed it's like projectile squirting poison, which is
Out of the
probably
elbow.
not true. But that's how I want it to happen.
I can't imagine that that's true.
Yeah, but think of how great it would be if it was. Just imagine this little Loris just shooting poison out of its own.
Let's move on to
Wow.
the philosophy corner with Parker.
Okay, so we're moving on to some philosophy, some deep questions of the soul. So I think it's good to, as we come to a close, end on a deep note for our listeners. So I have a serious question for you
Make
guys.
it worth
FNL?
listening to.
Yeah, so here's my deep question of the week. If you could resurrect one dead meme, bring it back to life, bring it back to prominence on the internet, which meme would you resurrect? And I can go ahead and lead in, if I might. I would resurrect without hesitation, Dat Boy.
That boy.
Listen, simple, it's great. Dat Boy needs to come back, because here's the other thing too, and I'm not gonna lie, I'm stealing this from Gus Johnson a little bit, but he already tried to rebrand Dat Boy, but it's so easy to bring back. He just says, "Oh shoot, what up? I'm back." It's just you tag on like 2 words to the meme, and he's back. So I think Dat Boy would be my choice. I think it's too good of a meme to die.
Hold on, I got one right here. You guys are gonna need to listen.
I am the Glob Globe.
No!
Gobble,
The
flabber,
Glob
blabber,
Globe.
blab. I'm full of
Kill it.
swivel,
Let it
glitter,
die.
and the yeast of thoughts and minds.
No. That is your meme of choice to bring back from
Hold
the
on,
dead?
that's one of my choices.
Okay.
Dude,
This is my second one.
Number 15 Burger King for lettuce. The last thing you want in your Burger King burgers. Someone's foot on yeah.
So Burger King foot lettuce is the other choice. So we've got
Yeah, those are just 2 of the many choices, but
okay. So far we've resurrected Dat Boy, Burger King foot lettuce, and well, unfortunately, the Glib Glob Gab Galad.
Glub Glow Gabgala.
that was my saying all of junior year, and I still don't know how to actually say it.
All right,
Oh,
Cameron, you got a meme in mind?
dark
All right. What's mine? So I'm between 3 right now. So 2 of them kind of go together. And I'll share those ones first. First world problem meme was always a favorite of mine. Just a good throwback. I just
Classic.
always it's a classic. It always got a good
deep
laugh out
cut.
of me.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a deep cut, and similarly that goes hand in hand with it is the third world skeptical kid meme, because that kid's so cute and it's so funny. And so they always go hand in hand, I feel like. So they fit. And and for my other one that I was also debating is another classic throwback, a good old Bad Luck Brian, because dude, those braces.
Yeah.
Man, Cameron's hitting some serious throwback classic memes.
I
Yeah,
know the memories are coming like
Yeah.
flooding back right now.
yeah.
So now that I know I can do more than one, one that I've always thoroughly enjoyed. It was never really like a punchline joke type thing, but the shooting star videos where they just capture someone doing a movement and it plays the stupid song in the background as they float through different. That needs to come back. That needs to be revived. I love that meme so dang much.
I love it.
It never got old
about
for
that
me.
meme.
I don't know why it disappeared. It was so funny.
Yeah.
But as far as like marketable, anyone can make it type memes. I think we definitely need to bring back trebuchet memes. They were always a big hit for me. I mean, just for example, I'll give you a few examples. Rosa Red soda comes in liters. A trebuchet can throw a 90-kilogram object over 300 meters. Or there's the classic. It's just a bunch of pictures. And it says, bunch of pictures of trebuchets. It says, here's what Disney princesses would look like if they were medieval siege engines capable of launching 90-kilogram projectiles over 300 meters. And I just think it's just such a funny and ridiculous meme. And it's so applicable. You can really just stick into any conversation. And it needs to come back.
Nice.
What would this podcast look like if it was a medieval siege projectile launching medieval weapon?
Probably like a trebuchet. Don't forget that it can launch up to 90 kilograms over 300 meters.
Yes, how could I forget?
More intimidating than a squirrel tricked out on meth.
Dude, what if you're launching a 90-kilogram squirrel over 300 meters?
Guys,
There
I
you
think we missed the best animal to put on meth. The
Yeah.
Loch Ness monster.
Oh my gosh, no.
You're so right.
Plesiosaurus.
And then we launched that sucker on a trebuchet.
At least
There's no hope.
Full freaking circle.
If
Parker, what's your meme?
Yeah, if I could bring back one other meme besides Dat Boy, I think it's got to be SpongeGar. I think SpongeGar had a long and effective run. SpongeBob memes have yet to die. I mean, memes have been around, for a long time, and there's always been SpongeBob formats.
Ancient Egyptian.
Yeah, ancient Egyptians were using SpongeBob format memes and the hieroglyphics. But I think SpongeGar in particular is my all-time favorite SpongeBob meme. It should come back. It's so easy. You can just put that little stupid guy in any situation.
Yeah.
I mean, there's so many just relatable SpongeGar memes that you can do, and so I think SpongeGar needs to come back as well as Dat Boy.
That's great. Well, we want to open up this question to all of our listeners.
Yeah, drop it in the comments below. What meme would you resurrect? Honestly, I don't know if there's going to be any comments at all, but somehow find us. Homing Pigeon comments.
We don't even know what this is going to be on.
We don't know
Send us a DM on Instagram.
Give a note to your local.
We're taking live callers too. So
snag a bird outside your window right now. Tie a little note to it. No, you can send us a message at @weare_the_boys, and we will hit you up and be sure to check back in on that next week.
Or you
Next
can
week?
write a note.
Did I just do that?
Yeah, we're gonna do next week.
Okay.
You can write a note to your local Hot Topic merchant, and they'll make sure to mail it to us because this is exclusively found in Hot Topic cassettes.
If you don't happen to see us at your local Hot Topic store, go ahead and let them know, and we'll be sure to get a cassette tape out to your local Hot Topic.
Honestly,
because that helps us out.
If we have any listener that's like someone we don't know, and they go to a Hot Topic and they're like, "Hey, do you have any We Are the Boys merchandise?" I will physically go and meet you in that Hot Topic wherever you live.
Ben, I think you took this about 5 steps too far. You could have stopped it if we have any listener.
I ever tell you guys about the time
I fully believe that I will listen to it.
So you will meet yourself in Hot Topic.
I don't need an excuse to go to Hot Topic.
I pulled up to my local mall, blasting Beartooth once, and accidentally bought an entire Hot Topic. So yeah, we got distribution.
Oh yeah, absolutely. All right. Well, I think with that, we can probably wrap this boy up. So I am Parker, and I'm one of the boys.
I
Who
am
wants to go
Cameron,
next? Nice.
and I like to party.
Ben.
All right, bring us home, David.
And I am David Carter. Thank you for joining us on this ride. We will see you next time.
Guys,